Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Let's Vibe, the channel all about crystals and our feelings. So today I wanted to talk about a special stone, and it's definitely more of a stone uh, than a crystal, when you think of stones. Um, and that special stone is called Flint. So you can see right away, this is quite a multicolored stone. I was surprised by this. I didn't know that flint could come in a variety of colors, including blue. And I learned that flint originally is black in color, but through the processes of weathering, with wind, rain, snow, it takes on other colors. It changes colors. So I found this piece on Etsy, and it was harvested. I don't think it was mined like from a mine. I think it was more, found somewhere in Nebraska. And I just thought it was really beautiful, so I went ahead and got it. It was quite cheap too, just a few dollars. So we've got, you can see dark brown, light brown, or tan. There's white, and there's a dark bluish gray and orange. In certain light, you can see the blue tones a little better, but so quite a variety of colors on this one stone. And what drew me to Flint in recent days is, I gotta say, that full moon that we had in Taurus, that full moon eclipse about a week and a half ago, it was just, wow, that rocked my boat. Just personally, I gotta say, that was a powerful energy that came from that eclipse, and it just kind of bowled me over a little bit. I just so happened to decide I'm gonna write down some intentions for this full moon. And one of those intentions was releasing, because the full moon is great for releasing things. So I wrote down the intention of releasing old anger, like anger from the past. And I had in mind this cute idea of, I'm gonna do some nice meditation and focused inner work tonight, and I'll have some incense burning. It'll be great. And I think the fact that I had written down this intention, along with the powerful energies of this eclipse, a total lunar eclipse, in Taurus, conjunct Uranus. Come on. I mean, depending on what you're going for, I guess that was the perfect moment to set an intention like that. But it was like that. No joke. Almost immediately, I started to experience a wave of some pretty powerful emotions. And it wasn't just anger, it was all the stuff that comes with anger, which in my experience has always been sadness and fear. Anger, in the work that I've done around anger seems to always have connections to emotions or feelings of sadness, deep sadness, as well as anxious and fearful feelings. And so all of that just came out, and it was rough. It was rough, and it was, um, it was a deep upwelling. And I really was not, I mean, I guess in a way, yes, I was prepared for it because it happened. And, you know, I'm here today and I got through it. But I really was caught off guard. And so I wanted to share that because, you know, that's just one example in my own life of how working with intentions, working with energies like astrological energies like the moon, and working with the energies of stones. That's how it all comes together at times, and it can create these very cathartic experiences by by giving you the opportunity, let's say, to walk through the emotions, the feelings, the memories that need to be walked through. You could definitely call a moment like that a dark night of the soul, or just night of the soul. So it was, yeah, that was a challenge, and I was immediately, you know, thinking to myself, what stone would really be good at a time like this? Because this is, you know, kind of knocking me around and throwing me off. And I was drawn to Flint, and I think that's a perfect stone for any kind of experience like that you would call a night of the soul, dark night of the soul, any kind of difficult, deeply emotional experience or psychic experience, because Flint is very stabilizing for your energies, and it's also cleansing. So it can cleanse out the lower vibrations, the dis-ease, all of that. And what's great about Flint is, you know, as it's providing stabilization to your energy and cleansing and what's the word? Sorry, just looking at my notes, because there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of things that this stone does, and so I had to write down some notes for it. But it's also very protective, protects against harmful energies. But as it's doing that, it's also calling in your own spirit guides. Flint is great for connecting with your spirit guides, spirit animals, guardians, all types of guardians like that. Flint can help with communicating with those guides. It's also a great stone for removing the things that are no longer needed. Things within you, patterns of thinking, old emotional patterns, whatever it might be, old attitudes, old perspectives, whatever it is, Flint is great at removing that. And it's described as, Judy Hall describes it as honing the spirit. So it cuts away. And if you look at Flint, it's got these like pieces dug out of it, and you know, it can chip easily, and that's kind of what it does with your spirit and with your energy. It cleaves those parts that are just no longer of any use. Flint also will dissolve energetic cords connecting you with other people, and it can do so not just in the present, but can do so for past life cords as well. So it is useful for any kind of past life work, past life healing. And I think that's I would say part of the reason for that is because flint has been used since the beginning of time. It's like a prehistoric tool. And so the earliest of humans were making use of this, and not just for practical uses, but spiritual uses as well. I believe it was often used for carrying or ushering the dead to the next world. Flint also provides deep grounding because it is a very powerful earth element stone. So it definitely provides grounding, and it also creates what's called a shamanic anchor. So that's an earth anchor that can allow you to go on shamanic journeys, astral travel, and safely come back to yourself. And it just creates like an anchor, an anchor for the soul and the spirit. This stone is also useful for going through changes in the energies here on Earth. You know, the Earth is said to be going through an energetic evolution. The astrologers and people within the metaphysical, spiritual community are often talking about the changes taking place with the planet Earth and the new energies that are coming to Earth. And so flint can be used for grounding yourself and stabilizing yourself as these new energies are coming in. And what's great about flint is it really is a good conductor of energy, so it allows energies to flow easily. And it can be used for healing the earth, earth energy healing. And another thing that I really like about flint is that flint connects with the divine masculine aspect of the earth. This divine masculine aspect is known as the green man. So that divine masculine aspect is personified as the green man. And in Scandinavia, in ancient Scandinavian cultures, this divine masculine aspect of the earth was personified as the god Freyr. And Freyr was like the god of the farmers and the common folk. And what's interesting is that both of these divine characters or figures representing the divine masculine of the earth, they're both very mysterious. There's not a whole lot depicted of them. There's not a lot of depictions of them. There's not a whole lot of stories involving them. It's almost like there's whispers of them, or you know, a few stories here and there, and you only catch a glimpse. So there's something very mysterious about the Earth's masculine energies. And honestly, the divine feminine energy of the Earth is also mysterious, but when it comes to this divine masculine part, it's just, I think it's somewhat unusual. It's different from what you would expect of a masculine archetype. So personally, I'm still getting familiar with the energies of this aspect of the earth through Freyr or the Green Man. But Flint is very helpful in connecting with that energy. And because it is such an earth-based stone, it can also be used for connecting with Mother Earth, the divine feminine aspect. And particularly for men, Flint can be used to help men connect with their feminine sides, their own inherent feminine energies. And that's about everything that I know currently for Flint. But, you know, thinking of all of those characteristics, I would definitely say this is a great stone to pick up during a difficult moment or difficult day, difficult week. You know, it really is a stone for writing out emotional, energetic, psychic challenges. And let's see, for a song, I couldn't help but think, I couldn't help but be drawn to a country song, because the stone's from Nebraska, and it's such a earthy stone that I kept being drawn towards country music. And I do personally, I mean, I obviously love pop, but I also do really like country. I grew up listening to a lot of country music. That was the thing. That was in among the kids in rural Washington state. They were all listening to country. So, and I happened to think of a past favorite of mine back when I was still really an avid country music listener. And one of my favorites back then was a song by a singer named Sarah Evans. And the song is called A Real Fine Place to Start. This is from her 2005 album. And this song, I think, fits Flint. Not just because it's country, and not just because it's my favorite, but I think the song fits with this stone because it's kind of about just taking a leap of faith in a way. I mean, she's singing within the context of a romantic relationship, but it is kind of like, you know, let's take a jump and just go for it. And she does sing about sparks flying in the night, and, you know, Flint is used for making sparks. The song is really about just getting ready for something new and jumping into it head first. And I think that fits with Flint because you really are gonna need grounding, you need stability, you need to release stuff that is no longer helping you when you're wanting to move forward, when you're wanting to step into something new, like a whole new chapter in your life. You have to cut away things that are no longer helpful to you. You gotta be connected with your inner strength. You need to feel stable. And so I just feel like that song kinda goes well with that theme. Anyway, I forgot to mention, the colors do have their own meanings. The darker browns can be useful for uncovering the causes of depression and becoming more familiar with your shadow side, your shadow emotions and feelings. The orange is good for fostering and cultivating inner strength for difficult times. And the blues, or in my case a bluish gray, the blue tones are good for helping you see issues from a higher perspective, helping you see problems, dis-ease from a higher perspective, and realizing what the causes of those issues are. So it's a little more of a mentally focused color. As always, feel free, you are most welcome to leave a question or comment down below. And once again, thank you so much for vibing with me.